Hi there. I hope everyone's well out there. Today I wanted to chat a little bit about intimate weddings and the benefit of having a really small curated guest count for your wedding. While you'd be right in assuming a lot of our weddings are hundreds and hundreds of people, we also do a lot of really lovely small guest count weddings all over the world. Many of our destination weddings by nature are curated to create this really intimate experience somewhere very special with our couples nearest and dearest. So it's not uncommon for us to plan a wedding of 20, 40, 80 people, whether it be in our client's backyard or Mexico or Italy or what have you. And so I thought I'd share just a few things that are kind of my favorite details about an intimate wedding. So first and foremost, one of my number one favorite things about an intimate wedding is it's just naturally more personal. Often things like really beautiful welcome gifts or really personal touches at each guest's place setting, or things like pillow gifts in each guest's hotel room at night. All of these really personal moments get pushed to the wayside when you're having a bigger wedding, just because there's so many more things to think about, whether it's like you really want that huge band or you want to make sure you have ample after party snacks for, all 200 guests or whatever the case may be. And so what we really love about the small weddings is there's usually room and couples are excited to do both. They really want to pamper their guests. They really want to show their personality. And these are great ways to really make those guests feel special. So like, when you have 30 guests, you can write a very personal thank you note for their attendance. And it can be filled with things that you actually know about the guest, right? Because you really know them as a person. You've probably spent a lot of quality time with them. Or maybe your escort cards are, a picture with you and the guest at your favorite memory with them. So we love that you can just make intimate weddings so personal. And that's one of the number one reasons that we're all for smaller guest counts. Secondly, most of our more intimate weddings are more events. So, we still often have things like a welcome party or rehearsal dinner on the night before, but we also have things like an excursion with our guests. Like maybe there's a great sunset sail, maybe there's a scavenger hunt, maybe there's a fun pool party the day after, but and you can do that with bigger guest counts, but you're less likely to kind of have that intimate experience. Guests kind of just like scatter like wild cats and all of that. So with intimate weddings, you really can get one sailboat and all be together, with 30 or 40 of your friends and just have this amazing experience in addition to the kind of normal events you would consider in your wedding weekend. Thirdly, I actually have one more after this. Thirdly, and it goes with the first detail, but guests are just super honored to be there. So if you don't know, we at Beth Homesteader Events, we are all about guest experience. So we love the opportunity to just make guests feel super special, super thought of. And one of the easiest ways to do that is to have a more intimate guest count. I mean, it's very obvious to them when they look around that they are inner circle, they are VIP, that very few people got the invite to this extremely special moment in your life, and they just feel special for the fact that they were invited. So I just love how guests don't really take for granted. They never feel obligated to be there. They're just fully present and excited that they made the cut. And lastly, for our intimate weddings, we find that our couples are a lot less stressed. And this is just a theory, but I think it has to do with the idea that anyone on your intimate small guest list are, again, inner circle, right? These are people that love you no matter what, unconditionally. So they're not going to judge you if you have to get a smaller band, or they're not going to judge you if, you chose chicken because chicken is your favorite dish over like a super beautiful lobster or fish or anything like that. Often, and I talk about this in another session if you want to check it out, but often when the guest list is bigger, there's just by nature more people to impress. And these are people that maybe but don't know as well, like your boss or, maybe that frenemy from college that you feel like you need to have a wedding that was as nice or even nicer than hers or his. And so those things, whether you realize it or not, happen naturally the bigger the guest list is. So what happens when it's a small guest list of your VIPs, your favorite people in the whole world, is they are all in no matter what you create, and that in and of itself just creates a less stressful experience for you overall. So there you have it. That's my thoughts on intimate weddings. Over the next few weeks, I'm actually going to be sharing a little peek at some of our smaller weddings we've done, guest count wise, to hope it inspires you. If you have any questions about creating a more curated, smaller guest list or wedding, please email me at beth@bethhomestetter.com. Or if you have any other questions of things you'd like to see me cover, I'd be happy to do so. All right. Happy planning, and I'll talk to you all soon.